So I think we're gonna go ahead and keep going. I want to take this next one real quick because it looks like we got Red from Texas, and Red says that she wants to correct me on some stuff I said on the Salem Witch Trials, and I'm happy to be corrected on stuff. I don't want to give misinformation. So Red, you're live on Truth Wanted. What do you got?
Hey, nice to hear from you guys and be able to talk again. It's been a while.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks again for calling in. So I'm not, I'll be honest, I'm the first to admit I'm not an expert on Salem Witch Trials. So if you have information that you want to share with us, I'd be happy to hear it.
Oh, yeah. That a lot of the Salem Witch Trials, it has a lot of misconceptions and myths around it. So it goes around a lot. It's something that I've been studying, not really like professionally as a historical person, but I want to talk about it professionally to help people better understand it. But I guess one of the biggest myths that are around the Salem Witch Trials is that it was all women, and that is something that is incorrect. There were men. One case of a man was actually the only case to be crushed to death.
Press, yeah.
He
Really?
was crushed to death
He was
for
pressed,
not making a plea.
Wow, I didn't know that. I sincerely thought it was all women. I did not know that there were men that were also accused of that. That's new information for me. Wow.
As I recall, he was an older gentleman too, was he not? Like in his 70s or something.
That's another thing. A lot of I don't want to say a majority because I'm not quite sure if that's true. I have to check my facts on that.
Sure.
But a lot of these witches were typically older people, but you can't really use age as to say, older people were accused of witchcraft or something like that, because the youngest to be accused in the Salem Witch Trials was 4 years old, and she was sent to jail and was in shackles in a jail cell for a very, very, very long time.
Did you say 12 years old?
4 years old.
4 years old. Oh my God.
4 years old. Yes.
What is a 4-year-old doing to you that you have to put him in shackles? What?
They're cursing you.
What?
Yeah.
Man, oh my
And
God.
don't you know shackles prevent people from
shackles
cursing?
prevent people from cursing. Of course. I mean, obviously. Yeah.
Obviously.
I'm not questioning that. I'm just, that's wild. Man, okay. So, all right, I'm learning some new things. Thank you for telling me that, Rib. Was there other stuff I got wrong there? Because I definitely thought it was just women. I did not know there were men involved.
Yeah, no, there were men. I don't remember exactly how many men, but in total, 20 deaths were accounted for due to just the Salem Witch Trials. I don't know about the other trials yet. I haven't gotten that far into my studies.
Okay.
I think, and I might be wrong on this, but I think there were 14 in the Connecticut witch trials.
14 women?
14 people.
Or people?
Men
Okay.
and women.
Wow. Okay.
I do believe, I do remember hearing about the number that I don't want to say for sure because I don't know, but I've mostly been focusing on the Salem Witch Trials since that's been my main focus of study at the moment.
Yeah.
But yeah, one of the men that was hanged was actually a pastor who used to be the pastor to the parish of the Salem town, Salem village. And I guess he had a servant there who was living with a new family, and she accused him of witchcraft. And he was living in Maine at the time. And they actually sent people up to Maine, and they dragged him from his house while they were having dinner and dragged him all the way down to Salem to have him tried and then hanged.
Oh my God.
So, yeah. So nobody.
I'll tell you this.
Nobody was safe.
Red, I'll tell you this. Every time I hear about the Salem Witch Trials or any witch trials, I hear a new fact about it, I never think, wow, these people were more enlightened than I thought they were. You know what I mean? It's always worse. Like, it's never better. That's just wild.
Oh, no, it is. There could be many, many things I could be talking to you about.
Yeah.
I'll talk to Gerald about it because this is my topic. But I don't want to do that. But yeah, the deeper you dive into it, the more fucked up that kind of gets.
I believe.
To say the least.
I believe that. Yeah, for
It's
sure.
true. That really is true.
Also, another small fact that the majority of the accusers were also younger children, mostly girls. The two that started off the accusations came from the same household. They were cousins.
Jesus.
And one of them, it was the daughter and niece of the pastor of the time in Salem Village. I say Salem Village and Town because they're actually two different places. There's Salem Town, which is now known as Salem, Massachusetts today, and Salem Village is actually known as Danvers today. So they actually had two different places.
Wow.
And the accusations took place in Village, and they were all tried and hanged in Salem Town.
Man, that's...
So yeah, there's a lot you can go into about it. I'm trying to rein myself in a bit.
No, that's fine. Hey, as I recall, wasn't that the servant woman? Wasn't she Caribbean? Her name was Hecuba.
I don't remember if she's Caribbean. I think that might have been another myth. I think she was.
I thought she might have been Haitian or Dominican.
Yeah.
I know she came from an island, but I don't think it was Caribbean. I'll have to check my facts on that.
Yeah.
Here's a call. But yeah, she was one of the accused and then turned accuser because she confessed to witchcraft. Basically, if you confess to witchcraft, you weren't hanged. But if you did not confess to it, you were hanged.
Jesus. I mean, I have heard, this is a side point, but I have heard Christian apologists say, like, yes, like witchcraft is real. And by real, I mean in the sense that people can manipulate the world through systems of magic, and that's something that you have to look out for. And when I hear that, I'm just like, really? Like, that's what you're worried about? Like, listen, the witches that are on TikTok and stuff right now, like, they just like, I think they just like the vibe, most of them. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, I know there's like actively ones casting spells and stuff. And by the way, if you're a witch and you listen to the show, you're radical, you're cool. But like, I'm just saying, like, I don't think I think a lot of them just like the vibes. The fact that people honestly and genuinely think, yes, these people can produce magic, one, and that they are a threat to our community, like that, oh man, it's just so wild. So wild. But hey, Brett, thanks so much for sharing some of that info and letting me know about some facts that I didn't know about. That's some new info. I'm going to go ahead and let you go now, but thanks so much again for calling into the show, and I hope you get to call in again at a different time. We really appreciate it.
Thanks, Red.
Yeah.